What is up, everybody? Welcome to some Revolt Zoo. Hope you're ready to jump into that zoo and have some fun. Yeah, man. I am. Let's see. So we've got Stomping Ground, Arid Mace. We've got Burning Tree Emissary, Simian Spirit Guide. Yeah, this is pretty good. We're on the play. We've got Experiment 1, turn 1. Shock that down. If we draw into something, yeah, we'll go and keep. You know, maybe it's not very explosive, but I kind of like the Tarkus Command and the Lightning Bolt in here. And Simian Spirit Guide, man. Fun little monkey, man. Yeah, this is Revolt Zoo. I've really enjoyed my time with this. Let's go and shock this Stomping Ground in. Let's get down this Experiment 1, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. So, when you're playing Zoo, something you definitely want to do is you want to leave up your fetch lands for turn 2. That way, if you draw into a Hidden Herbalist, you can crack it and get that free mana and get that up and running. And then we're also looking to just somehow get low double Burning Tree Emissary. I'll take that. Let's go ahead and get down the Arid Mesa, and we can go ahead and chain together Burning Tree Emissary into a Tarkus Command. I think that sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and crack the Arid Mesa, or we can exile Simian Spirit Guide. Do we want to hold on to the Revolt trigger if we need to trigger Revolt? No, let's go and crack the Arid Mesa. I'm okay with that. Let's go and crack it. Let's grab a Sacred Foundry. We're going to shock that in. Let's go Burning Tree Emissary. And, man, this deck is just really explosive, and it's a lot of fun. We're going to get that Evolve trigger on the Experiment 1 and make it a 2/2. Okay, there we go. And let's get the second Burning Tree Emissary. It's free admission at the zoo today on turn 2. Everyone gets in for free. And then even we'll let a Tarkus Command get in for free, too. Why not? Deal 3 damage to each opponent. Creatures you control get +1 and +1 until end of turn. Alright, so we got 3 damage being dealt up top. It's going to put them down to 17. We've got 2 come across, puts them down to 15. And they're going to get that bonus. The only thing we're missing from this equation was a Reckless Bushwhacker, which will give everybody +1 and haste. So, unfortunately, that happens, but it's what it is. Okay, so we got Lightning Bolt fired up on Experiment 1. So 3 damage comes across. Our creatures get +3/+3. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. Alright, so now we're looking at 2/2 bodies swinging across. Actually, excuse me one second. Sorry about that. I'm recording in the morning, and my voice is a little hazy. All right, let's go and get this Arid Mesa down. Let's swing in hot for 4. And, yeah, there we go. Coming in hot. It's going to put them down to 10. And then we can still hardcast Simian Spirit Guide, which I'm thinking, well, let's... Do we want to? That's going to be another body. That puts them down to 4. It puts them pretty close to Lightning Bolt range. Yeah, let's go for that. We're still going to have Lightning Bolt to cast out of the hand, and I cannot tell you how much I love Simian Spirit Guide junk time, man, where it's just like, cast Simian Spirit Guide. Okay, Mana Leak, sure, man. It's one of my favorite times in Magic is Simian Spirit Guide, hard casting Simian Spirit Guide. I don't know what it is, because he's always used for free mana. But then it's just like, I think what makes me laugh is when you watch the Pro Tour or something, and you see this opponent like just deep in thought. They're in the think tank. Let's go and swing in for 4 real quick, and I'll finish that thought here in a second. We're gonna swing in for 4. It's gonna put our opponent down to 6. Looks like we're playing to get some type of blue-red control, maybe like could be Kiki Jiki or something. Probably not Kiki Jiki, but it might be. Let's get down Burning Tree Emissary, looking at green and red. And we're going to have that free mana floating. Yeah, Mana Leak, okay. I'm not going to pay for Mana Leak, but I feel this is a good time to go and fire this Lightning Bolt off. It's going to put him down to 3. It helps if we tap for red on that one. There we go. Go down to 3, and then we have Burning Tree Emissaries coming across the board. But yeah, so hardcast Simian Spirit Guide time. That is one of the best times in Magic. You see it at the Pro Tour. I think somebody was playing... I don't know what they're playing, but Simian Spirit Guide was in there. It might have been the blue-red Eldrazi deck. But you can see the pro, they're very deep in thought, and then they tap for 3 mana, and then they're just like, Simian Spirit Guide? And it makes me laugh. Okay, so we're going to swing in with 2 Burning Tree Emissaries right now. If they have some sort of removal, that's going to trigger Revolt for our Renegade, so we're going to hold on. Okay, they do have a Lightning Bolt. Fair enough. That's going to trigger Revolt for our Renegade. It's going to come in hot for 2. It's going to put them down to 1. And then let's follow up with a nice little Renegade. We're going to be out, but the live draws that we can get would be a Gorchan, it's the Rampager, Blood Rush for 2 mana, +4/+4. Lightning Bolt's a live draw, and a Tarkus Command's also a live draw, and we have 2 bodies that's going to be able to swing in for 2. So this deck's pretty resilient in that you just keep deploying threats out. Okay, so our opponent scoots it up. They don't have another answer for that Renegade. It was just too much damage. So we're looking at blue-red We didn't really see any Delver or anything. We saw a lot of Lightning Bolts and a lot of Mana Leaks, so it makes me kind of think, what do we want to bring in? An argument could be made for Tarmogoyf. I may go and bring that in if we can kind of catch that off some Herbalists, kind of get it out of that bolt range. That sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and cut the, let's cut the Curd Ape. Let's go ahead and cut a, let's cut an Experiment 1 too. Okay, and let's bring in 3 Tarmogoyfs. You know, argument could be made for Rest in Peace. We didn't see any Snapcasters, but since we're bringing in Tarmogoyfs, we're just gonna, I'm gonna go and leave it like this. I think that's it. You know, if it does end up being some type of blue-red, like Young Peasy, Young Pyromancer or something, we can bring in the Gruul Charm to kind of make them not block. But yeah, we'll go and kind of see what they got going on. But yeah, Hardcast Simian Spirit Guide, man, that is one of the best times in Magic. And then there was another time where they got down a Cavern of Souls and they named Ape to hardcast their Simian Spirit Guide, and it was just like, what a time to be alive, man. What an absolute time to be alive. It's, I don't know why, it just makes me laugh. Okay, this is actually a pretty nice little hand. This is pretty gnarly. Yeah, let's go and keep on this one. We can get, let's kind of break it down. So we're looking at turn 1, cracking in the Wooded Foothills or the Windswept Heath. We're getting down a Wild Nacatl. The following turn, we're going Burning Tree Emissary into Reckless Bushwhacker, which is going to give that nice little bonus to everybody. Okay, Windswept Heath. Let's go to get the Wooded Foothills down. Let's grab a Stomping Ground off of that. If they have a Lightning Bolt, so be it. But we're still at least going to push in with the Reckless Bushwhacker and the Emissary next turn. Shock that in. Let's go Wild Nacatl. Yeah, man. If I was a zookeeper, I don't know if I'd let Wild Nacatl kind of run around the zoo with some knives and stuff like that. But hey, and this is zoo. This is Magic Zoo. They have their own rules. They can do whatever they want. Like, there's an Experiment 1 in the zoo. Like, that's not even an animal. It's just an experiment. Every time I think about Experiment 1 in the zoo, I always think about, like, what is it? It's like a scene from Alien where there's like flickering like fluorescent bulbs and it's like really eerie and really creepy and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get the I don't know why, I just always think of that. Let's go ahead and get the what are we going to get down? We have nothing with the Revolt right now, so we can just go ahead and shock this Sacred Foundry in. Now, here's the deal. We're running into Mana Leak territory with 2 mana, and they didn't bolt Wild Nacatl. Let's go ahead and shock this Sacred Foundry in. So we want to push right now. We can do a little bit of a Lightning Bolt test with, well, let's go for it, man. We're here to kind of out-aggro our opponent. If they don't have it, they don't have it. Let's go Burning Tree Emissary. If we run into a Mana Leak, we run into it. So be it. Or at least we'll be able to swing it. Okay, Spell Snare. Got it, man. Alright, so let's go and swing in for 3. See if they have a Bolt. They do have a Bolt. Take care of Wild Nacatl. So they go down to 4 cards in hand, and then we're left with a Reckless Bushwhacker and a Tarkus Command. So let's see if we can't kind of re-rack from here. All we kind of need to draw is another free, some free mana creatures. Simian Spirit Guide. What's up, buddy? He's like, I heard you wanted to hardcast me. We do, man. Let's go ahead and crack this Windswept Heath. Let's go ahead and get down a, I guess we can get down to 4. We're at 14. And they're going to be using their bolts on our creatures, but do we really need a 3rd red source? Let's just go and grab a force right now. And yeah, let's go hardcast Simian Spirit Guide. Maybe we can draw out like just a random counter spell. Okay. And that puts us into a spot to where we can actually fire off an Tarkus Command. 3 opponent, our creatures get +3/+3, and then we can cast a Surge Cost on Reckless Bushwhacker. Now, we can't do that if our Simian Spirit Guide gets electrolyzed, so that happened. But if it didn't, that's something we could have done. Always, you know, I always like to explain your lines of play, and I don't want to just stop mid-thought whenever Simian Spirit Guide gets mowed down by a Lightning Bolt. Poor little monkey, man. Man, he's just out there just trying to support a family and just got taken down some blue-red lightning. Okay, draw another. We're kind of flooding out right here. Let's get down the Wooded Foothills. Usually with a deck like that, our opponent's at 19. Getting in for 2 on the ground is not that good. At this point in the game, Reckless Bushwhacker is better off in our hand as a nice little surge cost for the rest of our creatures. So we're just going to hope that we kind of draw hot with some of our other creatures. But to be honest, at this point in the game, usually you want to deal most of your damage by that turn. Between turns 2 and 3, you want to get a lot of damage done. You don't want to go into the late game. This deck is not a late game deck at all. It is it's meant to go 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds, and then after 60 miles an hour, you run out of gas. Sometimes you can find some gas station to get somewhere. But yeah, so we're looking at Bushwhacker. We can fire off the target. Yeah, we're just going to go and hold off. We need some more creatures to take care of that Reckless Bushwhacker, so Maybe they'll tap out for something. Let's see if this is twin. Okay, Glimmer of Genius. Okay, this is interesting. I'm curious to see what this deck is, because they're not really, we're not seeing any creatures out there. And I was thinking it might be Kiki Jiki, that blue-red Kiki Jiki, that the Cloak and Dagger deck that kind of hangs out in Modern sometimes. Hangs out in the back alleys. I like to play Kiki Jiki, blue-red Kiki Jiki. It's a lot of fun, man. Let's go ahead and I guess we can crack. We have like one more stomping ground in here, and yeah, let's go and crack the Wooded Foothills. That way we have that extra mana. We're gonna have to shock it in later, and we'll have one more stomping ground. And we can grab off that Arid Mesa, and we're just gonna leave that Arid Mesa up for Revolt purposes. So if we need to get into that, draw another Arid Mesa. Okay. Yeah, let's go and pass the turn. Eventually we can get, if we draw enough burn, but we're running like 17, 18 lands in this deck, so to be kind of ripping lands back to back is a little bananas. So hopefully the zoo gods will kind of help us out and find some more zoo creatures. But yeah, as far as my time, Cryptic Command on Stomping Ground. Return target to, yeah, okay. I'm okay with that. Crazier things have happened. But yeah, they've got the little red border Cryptic Command. Yeah, that's just a Magic Online issue. That's all that is. But yeah, it always makes me laugh seeing the red bordered full art red bordered Cryptic Command. That's just kind of a wild Magic card. Okay, let's see what we draw. Draw a Burning Tree Emissary. Okay. Now, more than likely, this is just going to be a Cryptic Command. They've got 3 blue mana up and 1. Let's go and just, let's kind of limp in here. Let's get this Stomping Ground down. Let's just put it into play tapped right now. Let's make them think that we just don't have a lot of stuff going on. And eventually we want to kind of wait for them to kind of tap out. If they do, if this is Kiki Jiki or something like that, we do have Lightning Bolt. But at least as far as next turn goes, we can go Burning Tree Emissary, Bushwhacker, and we still have Lightning Bolt in the Tarkus Command. I'm just kind of looking for a good spot to kind of push in. Okay, so now we've got 3, 6, and we've got 9 points of damage in the hand, which is not that far-fetched. Yeah, let's go Burning Tree Emissary. Let's give it a shot. Sitting back against a blue-red control deck, hoping that they don't draw answers when they just have nothing but answers is not exactly what we want. This might be a Cryptic Command. If it is, so be it. Tap all creatures. They can definitely counter the Goblin Bushwhacker, and then, they probably don't care about Burning Tree Emissary coming in. Okay, so the Goblin Bushwhacker comes in. We've got 5 coming across. If there's nothing, we're going to get him for 5. This is going to put him down to 12. But we'll kind of see what's going on. More than likely, they'll have some sort of answer with 7 cards in the hand. Burst Lightning. So let's see. If it deals 2 damage to target creature or player, if it was kicked, it deals 4 damage to that. So they're not kicking it. So it's just 2 damage to Burning Tree Emissary. Do we want to fight over a Tarkus Command, where creatures get +1? It's going to be 2 damage. And then I think we have one more land to fetch up with Arid Mesa. Yeah, let's go for an Tarkus Command. Kind of puts him in a weird spot. Yeah, let's go for that. So we're looking at green and red. We're going to go for a Tarkus Command. 3 damage up top. If they want to counter it, they can. Then we'll still lose the Burning Tree Emissary, but we'll kind of force the issue on this one. Okay, Cryptic Command. Let's see. Counter target spell, draw a card, and they are targeting a Tarkus Command. Sure. So Burst Lightning on the Burning Tree Emissary. Goblin's going to get in for 2. He's going to finally just slug through those trenches, get in for 2, drop him down to 15. Let's go ahead and let's crack this Arid Mesa and grab that. I think we still have one more land in the deck. Oh, that yeah, excuse me, it's a Temple Garden, so we're not going to be able to fire a Lightning Bolt off of that. And then let's go and get the Windswept Heath down, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. So we've got 2 bolts in the hand. Our opponent got rid of 2 Cryptic Commands. Maybe there's 4 Cryptic Commands in there. More than likely, we're looking at about 3 Cryptic Commands in there. But, we'll take our chances with 2 Lightning Bolts. Hopefully we can kind of close it out. If not, we'll go to Game 3 and hopefully go from there. But, yeah, I believe in our little Reckless Bushwhacker. He's got that little stone, handcrafted little stone weapon. I believe in him. It's a pretty cool little weapon, man. I'd be scared if that goblin was coming at me. Okay, so our opponent, let's see. We got a Batterskull. Okay. Batterskull gets down. They're going to have that Living Web. +4/+4 has Vigilance and Lifelink. We can double bolt and take care of it. Get a Goblin Guide. Okay, so let's go double bolt. Let's just kind of try that out. Double bolt puts him down to 7, but we're not going to be able to get past that lifelink, and that's going to be an issue. Okay, and then let's go Goblin Guide. This might be a mana leak, but we can still... Okay, there we go. So it's going to get in for 4. They're going to reveal the top card. Scalding Tarn is the reveal. Put him down to 9. And there's no bolt. I think our opponent doesn't have a bolt. They probably would have used it on the Goblin Guide or the Reckless Bushwhacker, I would assume. But we're still looking at Batterskull, return it to the hand, and then they can still get it down for Anger of the Gods. Okay, that's what they had. Fair enough, man. And that Batterskull's probably going to pick, if they return it to their hand and recast it, they're not going to have enough mana to do it in this turn. But they can definitely do it at the end of our turn. Okay, we draw a Tarka's Command, which if they go for the Batterskull, in a world where we go Bolt, Bolt, the Tarka's Command or something, we might be able to close it out. So I'm going to wait for them to bring this back to their hand, pay that 3 mana, and let's fire this Tarka's Command off. Let's go. I think. Yeah, we just 3 damage. Creatures you control get +1. Alright, so we're going to go, let's go red and green. 3 damage to each opponent. It's going to put them down to 5. So that puts us in a, if they have Mana League. Okay, there we go. Puts them down to 5. And actually, excuse me 1 second. Okay, so they return the Batterskull to their hand. They're going to be able to get down the Batterskull. They're going to have that 4/4 body. Man, I just don't really know what gets us out of this one. Swinging for 4, they're going to gain that life, and then they've got 5 cards in the hand. So let's see what we draw. And if it's a dead card, they're just going to go and scoop it up and say, hey, blue-red control overlord, you win this one, man. With 2 energy, flavor style. And we draw a lightning bolt, which is not enough. Yeah, so they're swinging with that lifelink for 4, and they're just going to stabilize from there. So, yeah, it was close, but not close enough to close it out. And that's magic right there. So we're going to go and scoop it up. Okay, ship this one on over to game 3. Okay, let's go to sideboarding. Anything else we want to change in? We could, if we go carry Zev, gain control of target creature until end of turn. I can't remember if carry Zev allows you to. Yeah, I don't think that's something we want to bring in when we're fighting against Mana League's encrypted commands. That doesn't sound that good. We're looking at Fork Bolt and or players. Yeah, I think I'm fine with the Tarmogoyf coming in. It keeps us out of bolt range. Do we want to bring in the Fork Bolt for anything? No, I'm kind of okay with what we got going on right now. And I'm okay with that. Man, Ranker, where have you been, man? I completely forgot about you in the deck. He's been hiding 100%. It's almost like he got in trouble and he's like, I'm just going to go to my room. You should show yourself sometime, man. Oh, yeah, let's do it. I'm fine with keeping it the same. Maybe Fork Bolt, but there's a little extra hot draw to kind of maybe edge that out. But I don't know exactly what I would want to cut for that. No, we're okay. Let's go ahead and submit this up. But yeah, this deck's been really fun so far. There's just some really explosive hands, and then sometimes you can kind of close late game out if you just kind of get some nice pieces together. Okay, so let's check our opening hand. So we've got Simian Spirit Guide, we've got Wild Nacatl turn 1, Experiment 1 potentially turn 1. It's just a lot of this dies to bolt pretty quick. So let's say we go Experiment 1 turn 1, follow up with Wild Nacatl. That leads us to the Hidden Herbalist. And then we just lose to like Anger of the Gods or something like that. Maybe against something that just doesn't have a bunch of lightning bolts in there, I would maybe keep this hand. But you want to have the free mana, but at the same time you have something to do with that free mana. I'm just not wild, but let's go one more go. Okay, yeah, this is not too bad. I actually do like this. We've got double Simian Spirit Guide. We've got Goblin Guide coming in. We have a little Blood Rush on the Rampager. Yeah, we'll go and keep on this one. We have Scry action. Sacred Foundry. Do we want to put that on? No, we're just going to put that on. We're going to crack it anyway. Alright, so let's go and get the Windswept Heath down. Let's go and crack that. Let me go Sacred Foundry. Let's shock that in. So we can go Burning Tree Emissary. Yeah, we can exile one of these and go down. Burning Tree Emissary. Add that green mana to our mana pool. Let's get down Goblin Guide. We have 2 more mana. We're not going to be able to use that for our for the Blood Rush, but we can do it next turn. Okay, so we're swinging it for 2. It's going to put our opponent down to 18, and then we have 4 coming across next turn. It's going to put them in the bolt. If they have a lightning bolt, put it in the bolt test is what I'm trying to say. And they go turn 1 Island. Okay, another Goblin Guide. Now here's the deal. We're going to go Blood Rush. So if we go Blood Rush, we're looking at 4, 8. It's going to put them down to 10, and then we're going to follow up with Goblin Guide next turn. I think I actually like going Blood Rush on this one instead of Goblin Guide. Let's go and swing in for 4. So we're going to get the Blood Moon revealed. Okay, so let's go ahead and go as Exile Simian Spirit Guide. Let's go Blood Rush on the, let's let the Goblin Guide feel alive. And then let's go green. He's going to feel amazing right now. He's going to go from 2-2 to 6-6. So that's going to be 8 coming across, puts him down to 10, and then we can follow up with Goblin Guide next turn. And Blood Moon was the reveal for our opponent. So I guess this is a Blue-Red Moon. That would be a better description for the deck instead of trying to figure out if it's Kiki Jiki or not. That kind of makes a little bit more sense that it's Blue-Red Moon. Alright, so we're looking at 2-4-6 coming across next turn. It's going to put him down to 4. They crack that Scalding Tarn. It's going to put him down to 3. So it kind of puts us into this spot where Lightning Bolt's a little live. And they did cast that Serum Vision, so let's go ahead and cross that one off. Okay, see what we draw for the turn. And then a Shock would definitely kind of put it into closing it out range. So see what they go for. Oh, they do shock it in. Okay, man. Goes down to 7. And they cast a Serum Visions. Alright, man. Now we're looking at exactly 6 coming across with this Goblin Guide. Draw a Arid Mesa. Let's get that down. We'll be able to fetch. We can grab. Well, we can't grab our 1 basic off of that. Let's go ahead and get the Goblin Guide down. Swing in for 6. They're going to hit 2 Goblin Guide triggers, Scalding Tarn and Sulphur Falls. Getting in for 1. Now if they tap out for Blood Moon, they're going to be able to. They're going to lose the next turn. But if they have you know, they did draw 2 red sources out of their hands. So if they do have, what is it, Anger of the Gods, they're going to be able to get rid of all of our creatures and then follow. Okay, they do have Anger of the Gods. Alright, let's see. This just kind of turns on Lightning Bolt. Let's see if we get it. See what we draw. Lightning Bolt is a live draw. Draw a forest. Not exactly what we want. Alright, so now we're looking at, well, they get down Blood Moon, to be honest. It's not the end of the world. And we drew our 1 basic, so that's actually a pretty good draw. And they did play Sulphur Falls, so let's go ahead and cross that off. So they can tap out for Blood Moon if they want to. That just basically keeps Tarka's Command and Lightning Bolt live. So, okay, they're at 1 life. Draw a Renegade. They have 7 cards in hand. Let's see. Do we want to get it down right now? It's going to be a 2-3. That's definitely, you know, something we can push in with. I guess either way, you know, if we need to save this Arid Mesa for like a Revolt trigger or something like that, we can kind of hold on to it. So let's go and go for Renegade for 1. You know, even if it's a 2-3 or a 1-2, it's going to die to a Lightning Bolt or something like that. So let's just go and get it down for 1. And that way we can save up this for a nice little Revolt for the Hidden Herbalist if we kind of just get lucky drawing a bunch of cards or something like that. Or if our opponent goes for Blood Moon, we can, you know, crack it. But it's not really going to matter if they go for Blood Moon. Okay, Cryptic Command, draw a card. Fair enough, on the Renegade. And then they have not got the Scalding Tarn down yet, so that's still in their hand with that Blood Moon. So that's 2 of the cards. Okay, so they did get that down. Let's go and cross that off. Okay, so now we're in Cryptic Command area. All we need to do is kind of just, not Cryptic Command, we're in Tarka's Command. The better command in this matchup. See what they go for. Alright, we're going for that Tarka's Command. 3 damage. If they've got Spell Snare, they've got it. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, well, either way, if they crack the Scalding Tarn, they're going to go down 1. So, all right, there we go. Close it out right there with 1 life. I'll definitely take that. So, yeah, you can see where just keeping your lives, your top decks live within a Target Commander Lightning Bolt's a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks.